Hey, it's me, Ginger, and I am back with a long overdue book review. I have actually been reading books in the past few weeks. I just haven't had time to do a book review. But you know what? I'm kind of excited about this one. So this book is called A Wild Ride by Nikki Danforth. The Adventures of Misty and Moxie Wyoming. And you might think, why is a 43-year-old man reading this book? Well, I like to read my kids bedtime stories at night, and we just finished off one book, and then my son wants to read a different book. My daughter didn't, so I jumped onto the Kindle app and I looked through and I tried to find a book that she would like that was self-published or independently published, and this one popped up, A Wild Ride. I was looking up specifically for ages, I think, 9 to 12, so that probably gives you a good roundabout idea of where it is. My daughter's only 8, but she's very smart. Anyway, A Wild Ride. This book appealed to me because it is set in Wyoming, and I spent a lot of time in Wyoming last year, and I loved the place and I loved the people. It appealed to my daughter because it had a horse on the front, and she is a very sensible girl and likes horses, so we read it. And it really is a wild ride. It's about a girl called Moxie Wyoming who lives on a ranch in Wyoming, and for me it was really, really fun to read about this place and these towns and this way of life that I had got to experience that most people don't. And Nikki Danforth does a wonderful job just bringing Wyoming to life through this kid's book. And it's about this little girl, and she always wanted to get her own pony so she could compete, just like her mother and her grandmother. Her grandmother was a very famous rodeo star called, I think, the Pink Rose of Texas. And she ends up getting her wish, but like in all good books, not quite the way you would expect it. So she gets given this geriatric old horse with a saddleback. I love the way she describes it there, which means kind of she's got a looping back there called Misty. And at first, Moxie is very disappointed by the fact that she's got this old horse. But slowly they build up a relationship, and it turns out this horse is magic. Yes, when Moxie dons her grandmother's pink boots, Moxie's horse Misty stops being grey and saddleback and becomes sleek and vibrant again and can fly. And this leads to all sorts of cool adventures as Moxie and Misty and her friend Pickle, which is a great name, go up against some nasty rustlers who are trying to steal some Mustangs. I'm not going to go over the whole plot, but it was a lot of fun. And it was great because it really immersed you in this environment of Mustangs running wild in the Smoky Mountains, and this girl, Moxie, being very girlish in so many ways, but also being a bit of a tomboy who likes riding on ATVs and riding horses. I grew up on a farm with horses, so I loved hearing about her doing her chores on the farm. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. It's not really the sort of book I would enjoy because I'm not really into flying magical animals, but my daughter seemed to like it, and it was a really fun way to spend those evenings when I was putting her to bed, reading it out loud to her. So I was quite sorry when it ended. There are other books in the series. I'm not sure whether we will go ahead and read any of those because there are so many books and so little time. But if you are looking for a book for a girl who loves horses, and likes, old-fashioned American values, then this is a great read, so I recommend it absolutely. Anyway, that was my very short review. I will be back with more books soon, perhaps books that are for a readership slightly older than 12 years old. You never know. But until then, cheerio.